everyone, I'm Teak444 or Snow Days. I hope y'all are having a lovely day or have had a lovely day. As for me, this is the second time I'm recording because I forgot to unmute myself, so that's wonderful. But I'm going to be rambling on again about the earlier experiences on Animal Jam Classic. Before I get into that though, I was going to put some Roblox gaming in the back, but for some reason, when I tried recording, the app started to flash, and I really don't think that would make for a good video. I don't know if it was just that specific game or if it was the app in general, but hopefully I'll be able to solve that soon. Instead, as y'all can see, I'm doing a speed drawing video. This is of Pepsi Lover 9's Animal Jam Classic character. She also has a new channel if y'all want to go check that out. I've only drawn headdresses like twice before, technically once, and it's also been a while since I've actually attempted to draw an animal, so spare me please. It's only a color sketch and I spent a little under a couple hours on it, but the person I did this for enjoyed it, so I'm happy. On to the Animal Jam nostalgia. Y'all remember when the Forgotten Desert was still running? Too soon, I'm sorry, I had to add that in. I miss the adventure so much, I'm literally crumbling without it. But the first thing I actually wanted to talk about was the purple shards that you needed to find in the adventure. It used to be a big myth that the purple shards held really good prizes, and some people still stand by that thought. To those who may not know, the purple shards took the most time to get since it required all 4 players to work together, sitting on the rocks with the glowing signals all at once, then following the arrows that would appear next to the rock. Each time you would do this, you would get a purple shard, and since it took the most time, people wouldn't be able to get this prize if they were also looking for other shards, so some people would host the adventure solely just for the purple in hopes to get a huge prize, like Alongs by Color, when they were still available in the adventure. That's also something that changed. Alongs by Colors are no longer available in the adventures as a prize, as well as colors in general, but they once were until I believe last year after I was seeing that people were farming the long colors. I don't know about y'all, but I always got such prizes from the purple shards. Like, I don't know, I've only gotten it 5 or 6 times, but all the prizes were like a rim and down in worth. I've even gotten a necklace once from it. Now, I have no doubt that you could have gotten a good prize from the purple shard and can, but I'm pretty sure it's no more of a possibility than any other crystal. And a little addition to that segment, but also a general thing, Longs by Colors used to be available not just in the Forgotten Desert, but also in other adventures as well, such as Lucky Clovers and Tiki Trouble. Now, the rarest item you could get is probably the wood floor, since they're worth about a decent short color as of right now when the video is released. As for spikes, only the wrists are left, which is still pretty exciting to get. I think I've only won a color like 3 or 4 times in the past throughout my whole history of playing Animal Jam, the highest being a yellow long, but man do I miss knowing that there was at least a possibility to get one. On to the next topic. Before I would say 2020-ish, a lot of jammers were much more trusting in other players, and I don't necessarily mean that in a good way. Like, it was good people felt scamming and hacking wasn't really an issue in the community, but it was. And people were getting scammed like crazy years ago. And I know people still do, and those issues are still very big within the community today. But something I wanted to specifically talk about was trust trading and those types of scams. Trust trading was basically where someone would trade someone a really rare item or something of higher worth than what they were trading for, and then that person would trade that item back over, supposedly. This was mainly for quote-unquote giveaways. Whoever would trade the rarest item would win a prize and their item back. Luckily, most people today can go look at this and go, yep, this is a scam. What is this? A contest on how much I trust a complete stranger with my items I've worked for? And 9 out of 10 times, unfortunately, this resulted in the last person being scammed or multiple people after they traded the item to the scammer, and the person would log their den and blocked the people who were participating. Who would actually trust that process? I did. I actually got scammed out of a headdress once, but that is a story for later. All I can say to this is I'm glad it's not really a thing anymore on Animal Jam Classic, but if you do happen to see these types of trust trades, don't do them. Trust buys, I would not recommend it. Okay, switching back to a lighter topic, something I remember very fondly about Animal Jam was just how big it used to be in popularity, even getting up there with other big games at the time like Club Penguin, Movie Star Planet, etc. It was popular enough that lots of content was being made for it, especially back in 2016 2019, and that content was getting plenty of attention. Don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of interest to those who are making Animal Jam content like I do, but man, those were really big years for Animal Jam Classic. So much so, there was even an official booth set up at VidCon for 3 years, 2016, 2017, and 2018, where people were meeting up with the old ambassadors and doing some fun activities, getting some merch. It seems so fun. There were even specific meet and greets with just the ambassadors that happened a few times out of the con with quite a large turnout. This was actually around the time I started my channel the first time before I restarted it, and my dream at that time was to one day join in and be part of the ambassador team to spread that positivity and crazy content. And that dream has kind of changed now in a way, but that is also a thought for a different video. Alright, next topic. So looking back to the first video I made about past AJ experiences, which by the way y'all could watch if you want to, it's the second to the last video I did. I kind of made it seem like the worlds weren't so populated back then, saying to spread out again so there wouldn't be as much of a struggle with full servers. But trust me, full worlds were much more of an issue back then than it was now. Alden was always populated and full at all times, and most other servers would at least have 3 dots next to it with the occasional 1 or 2. Now during peak usage time, there will be about 4 or 5 worlds tops that will be full. And again, while it's only really Jamot. Hello? And again, while it's only really Jamal Township, Brady's Lab, and Corals Canyon that get full now, years ago the whole map would be pretty crowded. Lots of people in Township, Crystal Sands, Coral Canyon, Sepulcias, Kimbara, Outback, even the Serapia Forest with the amount of roleplays that went on there, the place was packed. I remember staying up very late, secretly at like 1 AM, and there would still be so many people on. On to the next topic and another myth I would like to discuss, and that was the rumor of being able to break certain parts of the map. Now, most people already know about trying to break the ice over on Mount Shiver, basically trying to break through the frozen pond when enough people hopped on it. There's a little animation added where the ice starts to crack more and more, but it never actually breaks. A lot of people still try to. I remember realizing it was just a myth, but still thinking like, what if, What if I just did it for a little bit longer? Something I don't see many people talking about nowadays though is trying to break the bridge in Coral Canyons. When a lot of people stand and hop on the bridge pathway near the top of the Coral Canyons, an animation displaying crumbling rocks plays out from the bridge. This one I was so convinced was real years back, like the path was falling apart and everything. I remember even the Gymbasters trying, like I believe a party tried during a live stream years back. I think that's what made me realize that it was fake, cause the land was full and basically everyone there was hopping on the bridge, yet it still didn't break. So despite the cool little animations, neither of these features will actually end up breaking. This last topic I'm going to discuss isn't really all that long ago, in a way. So basically, Animal Jam Classic used to have a login calendar for the Jamal days, kind of like the one in Play Wild. The difference was that it appeared the moment you logged in instead of being at the news board or the shops like there are now. These calendars stopped this year, I believe. I wasn't on for the past couple years for it, but from what I'm gathering, last year was the last year Animal Jam Classic did this type of gifting. Some people like this new way, some don't. Feel free to share your opinions down in the comments. Though I do miss some of the old items, I personally kind of like this new method since 1. Members are able to choose the colors they want to get. Before it was a total surprise. 2. People can decide how many they wanted to get, whereas before each account only got 1. That didn't stop people from making plenty of spare accounts though, solely just to try and collect all the colors available. And 3. I just didn't like seeing that I missed days. Like, I wouldn't be able to log in one day, and the next I would hop on to see the little gray present which you wouldn't be able to open. Like in Play Well, kind of. I've done pretty well, but I've missed a few days, and I don't know, this could just be a me thing, but I get a little sad seeing that I missed something that I won't be able to get unless I trade or buy those items. Alright, and going from there, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to me ramble and yep on about these nostalgic experiences. I hope you enjoyed this speed draw in the background. I truly appreciate if you made it this far, even those that didn't. I know this video is a bit on the longer side. I want to say happy holidays to those that celebrate and a happy wintertime to those that don't. Stay warm or cool depending on which hemisphere y'all are in. I won't be able to go live again until after Christmas, but hopefully my schedule will be pretty clear, for a couple weeks afterwards until a new semester of classes starts. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting. If you would like to share your experiences from Jam Classic years ago, then feel free to. I love looking through them. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video. Bye!